Welcome to Joint Effort PAs, where two orthopedic surgery PAs get real about life in medicine. From tips and tricks to professional growth, work-life balance, and everything in between. We're here to share what we've learned and what we're still figuring out. Let's get into it. Power of reviews. So this is a very near and dear this week. Beth, this was a good topic choice.
Yeah.
This hits home.
It does hit home. So we live in a world that we ask people to review us. And even like when you go out to a restaurant or when I'm looking to go somewhere or rent a house or something like that, I like reviews. Like reviews tell me things that I'm not seeing on, face value on the website. Yeah. So I in my personal life, I do read reviews and they matter, but in my professional life, F the reviews sometimes.
Yeah. There's certain things that reviews like really matter to me.
Yeah.
Or like really matter for me. Like Amazon. I don't buy something on Amazon without reading the reviews.
100%.
Like super important. But I also feel like an Amazon review, I'm not personally attacking somebody if I give a bad review on an Amazon product. Yeah. I'm just like helping other people.
Yeah. Like if you order something and it's too big, like why are you returning this? Well, because it was too big.
Yeah.
It's not because the manufacturer made it too big because they're terrible at their job.
Yeah. Yeah. But like reviews in our setting, like that, you're reviewing a specific person, not even like, say you review a restaurant, like you're reviewing the overall experience, like you interact with multiple people in there. These reviews are just like, it's about you.
Yeah. Well, it's like going to the restaurant and reviewing the chef.
Yeah.
Like you don't do that.
Yeah.
You review like the wait staff and, I don't know, like the ambiance. You're not like gut punching the chef.
Yeah. One specific person. Now maybe they get called out, but like, this is one of those things in life that you, there's really no way to not take it personally.
Yeah. So we do love reviews, except when they're about us and they're negative.
Yeah. I love all the good reviews. Like good reviews keep me on cloud nine, but a bad one is detrimental to my self-worth. Just kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. No, we're not kidding. No, we're going to
actually serious.
No, serious. We're going to go over the glory and the gut punch of reviews. So we will read our reviews, our good ones and our not so good ones.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately go over how these reviews shape how we do things, influence our reputation and our confidence. Like I will go, like you said, I'll be on cloud nine because I get a great review and then someone will say something bad about me. And then I'm like, do I even know how to do my job?
Yeah. It really I assume everybody does struggle with a little bit of imposter syndrome, and a bad review will just like make that worse.
Yeah.
Now, you can have, and we were just talking about this, you can have bad reviews that have like legitimacy to them, and those tend to not be as bothersome. Like say you get a bad review about being an hour behind, or a bad review about being cold in the office. Yeah. Too cold for you to handle, right? Those are things
not you as being cold, but the actual temperature.
The temperature of the room being too cold. Those are things that are like not completely in my control, and they are real things. So like, okay, you were an hour behind. Yes, I take ownership to that. Like I don't like that. But you're leaving me a review about something that legitimately happened. Yes. The vast majority of negative reviews, though, are not that. They're frustrating mostly because they don't actually make sense. They don't line up with reality, and like you're not on the same page with this person clearly.
So yeah, and I think it's also the expectation. Like if I see a new patient new to the practice, I am going to introduce myself. I'm going to run through a summary of like what I know about the patient and how they got to me. So I don't walk in the room and I'm like, hey, so why are you here? And they're like, oh my God, like I just told your medical assistant. Like I will summarize, I will introduce, and I will do the whole thing. When I see a follow-up patient, we know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know their history because I literally just saw them, let's say a month ago. So it is the expectation. It's just a shorter, more concise visit, but you have to make sure the expectation that you have lines up with the expectation the patient has.
Yeah.
So it's when that's mismatched, then we'll get reviews like they were too fast. Like they didn't even spend any time with me. Like I'm sorry. Like I thought this was a follow-up continuity of care visit and you're not having issues.
Yeah.
Like
it was
why
a quick,
would I spend
easy
more
follow-up?
time with
Like
you?
I'm not sure what else to add into this. Let's first start on why these reviews exist, right?
Yeah.
Like why are reviews good and important?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume maybe like I look for Amazon reviews on products before I get them. Maybe people are looking at these reviews before they're scheduling appointments.
Well, we are in a consumer driven world. So just like Amazon, like people are shopping for orthopedic care, right? So again, I think we can agree that we have reviews because people look for them and it is a decision maker. Like someone isn't, I don't think in 2025 going to look up where their orthopedic PA went to school and how many papers they published. Like I don't think that's important for this time frame. I think reviews are important because you want to make sure you're going to someone that I guess knows what they're doing, right? And I think that's what the review equals. Like even if it's like, oh, they looked pretty today, you got a 5-star review. Like I think the consumer says, oh my God, they know what they're doing. People like them, right?
Yeah.
For us as providers, the positive reinforcement here is if you get good reviews, there is like monetary reward for that.
Yeah, there's incentive for it.
There's incentive for it. So, we try to show up every day as our best selves. And every visit that I go into, I am coming forth as my best self. But sometimes you're just not jiving with the patient. And I've left a room and I'm like, God damn it, that's going to be not a great review.
Yeah, kind of going in. And I feel like you can tell.
Yeah.
Even more upsetting when you can't, though. I mean, the mismatch when you feel like, ooh,
I killed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear
and the
something
patient
not good about it.
Well, yeah. And the patient checks out and they're like, I'd never like to see that PA again.
Yeah.
Please.
And I'm like, wait, I thought we liked each other.
Right.
Okay.
So, let's talk about the good ones. So a good review is inflating. It makes you feel good. It confirms hopefully what your mission is. Okay. And again, it's that solidification of, I really nailed that. And the patient's like, you know what? You did.
Yeah.
And wrote a good review. So, do you have any 5 stars you want to share?
Let's see.
Yeah. Give me some like general highlights as far as what people think.
Yeah.
This is not us, but what people think make a 5-star. Like give me some buzzwords.
I'm just going to I'm looking through as far as these are like the typical points they're hitting. Great care, explained everything. The visit was very efficient, knowledgeable about the condition. Lovely young lady.
Let's keep going. Let's keep
pretty.
Going.
I didn't make that one up.
I think quick, efficient, very good time to explain, good listener.
Yeah, listening well, attentive.
Provided me with options.
Explained clearly. Very knowledgeable. Yeah, those are the typical.
I think when I hear that it's important to people that you are good, meaning you are accurate, you can appropriately communicate with the patient, you're a good listener, you're professional. Do you share when you get a really good positive review, do you share that with like your team? I mean, not like in a, hey guys, look at me, but will you share that? Like if another, like let's say your medical assistant got a shout out in your review, do you share those things?
Yeah. I'll screenshot it to them.
It's motivating and it kind of peps everybody up to continue to do a good job because, hey, let's get another one. Like, let's get another one that we can talk about.
And it also just validates, like, obviously you're trying hard every day and in every encounter to do a good job and to have people have this experience. So, like, when somebody recognizes that, it's very validating. They're like, okay, it's not for nothing. But, yeah, I do enjoy sharing those. Probably more often I share negative ones because, those have to be unpacked. We must talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So let's get into that.
Yeah,
so
like
the negative,
good, whatever.
Yeah. So the negative ones, like they hurt physically. Like I'm physically hurt by them.
Yeah, and I don't recover for like months.
Yeah. So the doc that I work with, we get our monthly reviews the morning of the first of the month for the previous month. So if that review happens on a clinic, if the first of the month happens on a clinic day, we hope that our doc has not reviewed them because if there's a negative one, we perseverate. Like we can't, we talk about it and we're like, oh, that's so dumb. And then we circle back to it because in all of us, there's that insecurity and we have to, he brings it up, I think, because he's like, this is outrageous, but also for all of us to be like, no, like you're awesome. That was like, a one-off. Like you need to hear
validation that it's not true.
So if I get a 1-star review, I need a couple peer 5 stars
Yeah.
to bring it up
Yeah.
to a 3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, so to like erase the emotional hurt of that. Or I just don't talk about it and I just hope and pray that no one else saw it, but they always do.
Yeah, they will. I mean, I scour these reviews like it's my job.
Do you have one that you need to unpack?
I do.
All right, I do too. So.
Okay, so I have 2 specific ones to unpack. One that was a 2-star that just said the words that they were not impressed, basically.
Oh,
And,
so just very to
just
the point.
vague. Yeah, just unimpressed. And that I'm like, I need to know more. I think
So that's
those
like-
kinds are hurtful because I'm like, what can I do? What did I do wrong?
Right. So
I need
that's,
to know.
That's like getting the text message that says, hey, is everything okay? Yeah, it's fine. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was not impressed, there's so many things that you weren't impressed with
Right.
that you actually couldn't list them all. Like that's
Yeah.
what I read from that 2-star review.
Yeah.
So it leaves you thinking like, but was it me? Was
Yeah.
it my care? Was it my words? Was it my tone?
Did you think I was
Did
incompetent?
I not spend
Yeah.
enough time? Did I not look pretty that day?
Yeah. Was the room too cold?
Was the
I
room
don't
too
know.
cold?
I don't know if this is something that like I can correct or if it's legitimate or not legitimate.
Is it
it's
my face?
hard.
Sometimes
yeah.
it's your face,
It
right?
would. Did I have RBF that
Yeah,
day?
maybe, you know.
Most days I do. So maybe that just came across too strong that particular day. But those ones to me are frustrating because I can't, like, again, I don't know if it was there, if there's legitimacy to it or not, and like what to do differently.
Well, yeah,
now
you can't
because
learn
of
from
that.
it. You
Yeah.
can't learn from it.
Yeah.
So I will be more impressive tomorrow. Like that's what you learn from it.
Yeah. But in what way? Like
I
in
don't know.
every way, I'm just going to have
In
to
all the
like,
ways. Mhm.
yeah, shine.
And I think why you take it so personally is because it's like the right thing. And again, this is not a provider. This is me being like totally neutral zone. The right thing is they weren't impressed with probably the treatment plan.
Mhm.
That's probably most likely what it was.
Mhm.
But if it were me and I'm a provider, they weren't impressed with my soul.
Mhm.
Like, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I
Like, as a human being,
Yeah, they weren't
unimpressive.
unimpressive presentation of themselves. So it's like so hard to not take it personally. But
Yeah. So this one called me dismissive and rushed, things that I do not want to be. And you know what? If it had ended there, I probably could have taken this one a little bit better because everybody has off days. And perhaps, you know, I gave off a aura of being rushed and then
Right.
that felt dismissive. And like, I don't want that to be the case, but like, I can understand that if somebody feels that way, they might leave a negative review. Yeah. And just like 2 very contradictory statements of offering medication for pain that they weren't having, but did not provide them suggestions of how to ease their discomfort. Yeah, I don't get that. Like in one sentence, you literally said that I tried to give you something that you didn't need, and then you said I didn't offer you anything.
yeah,
Like,
but also
right next
I
to
think
each other.
that review too, they said they weren't in pain, but
they had discomfort.
they had
though.
discomfort that you decided not to acknowledge. Even though when you
Yeah.
asked them, they said they didn't have it. It's kinda weird.
Yeah. So now I have to live with that
I know.
for the rest of my life. Now I like look at my page and I see the picture of my face, and then that is under it. Unfortunately, some very nice
bad.
individual in the past couple of days wrote "Love me some Hannah" with 100 exclamation marks and a heart emoji, and so that is now the first
Yeah.
one under my face. And I looked at that and I was like, "Did my mom write that?"
She might have.
Something she might have.
Yeah.
Because I told her about my bad review and she felt bad for me about it. So, yeah, maybe she found a way to hack into the system and leave me a nice heart
Such
emoji
a mom
review.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think again, I think the expectation, right? So in that review, it was wanted to see what the problem was before she would decide to treat me to see if it was in her scope of practice. Yes, like we a lot of the times get mismatch appointments when I'll see someone for their lower back, but my specialty is knee and shoulder. Like, can I see a lower back? Sure, but sometimes I'll kind of tease out what that is because I'm also thinking like, how do I get this person to the right team
Yes.
that specializes literally in spine?
Yeah, like I can start the process for you, but I may not have like all of the things to offer for you because I just don't. That's not what I do. So,
But if that person took the day off of work, they're pissed.
yeah,
Not necessarily at you, but you will get the wrath of it.
yeah, and again, a mismatch in expectations. Like clearly, this person was looking, and this is something they teach us in PA school. Like try to find out what the person wants, and that can help you steer you away from these negative reviews and negative interactions. Everybody comes in with an expectation in mind, and there's something specific that they're looking for. Now, I like to think that most reasonable people who are coming for advice that they don't have expertise in this field, they're coming to you for your expertise. So they are happy to be educated and hear your insight on it and your plan of how to handle things. But sometimes people do come in with like a set, I knew that I wanted this when I came in. And if they don't leave with that thing, it doesn't matter if you had a legitimate reason for not giving that thing, they're not going to be happy.
Yeah. Like they want an MRI and you decide that maybe they don't need one, or let's wait and try this first, but they're already dissatisfied because their expectation and yours did not meet, but they didn't share it.
Yeah.
They'll share it afterwards.
Yeah.
But they didn't share it during it.
And for all of these mismatch expectations, like I have a legitimate reason for doing the things that I'm doing or not doing. And it just feels so unfair to me that now that is a permanent part of my portfolio, so to speak, because you're speaking on something they're speaking on something that they really don't have the knowledge base to speak. Like for example, I don't know, say somebody comes in for a follow-up appointment, or they've been seen at an outside practice or something, and they just recently had a steroid injection in their finger like 3 weeks ago, right? And it worked really well. I put that in air quotes, which you can't see because this is only audio, but air quotes, worked really well, which for them was it felt better for a week. My definition of that is it didn't work. But they want another one. So they came in wanting this steroid injection, and I explained to them the reasons that we should not do that. Either because I don't think that like that was the problem to begin with, because it only worked for a week. And so that means that it, either wasn't in the right area, or that's not your problem. And or it's just too soon, right? Like here are the reasons why it should not be repeated this soon medically. But they may not care to hear those things. And some people are reasonable and are like, oh, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like happy to schedule a follow-up and do things the right way. And then some people are going to be just pissed because like you said, they took off work and whatever.
They're like, but I'm here for a shot. You're like, well, I understand that, but I'm sorry that your expectation is that, but here's why I wouldn't do that. And in fact, if I do that, here's all the repercussions that can happen, but they don't hear that. When they hear I'm not getting my shot, they're already constructing their review.
They've already written half of it in their mind. Because I've had very negative interactions similar to that. Like, we'll only inject trigger fingers X number of times because data shows that there's like increased risk of tendon attrition and eventual rupture if you do it too many times, especially too close together. So I remember like years ago having this person that was like, insists they wanted one, and I'm like, I'm just not doing it. I'm not going to be the person that like causes this bigger problem for you, just so that you get your 2 weeks of relief from the injection. Because like, this complication that you could get from it, this would be so much worse. And they were pissed, left a bad review.
Waste of my time.
Yeah, waste of their time. So, I'm like, I
can't win.
I'm trying to do the right thing. And I still.
But that one, I think you can learn from that one. And I think that one would bother me less than the person that said you were dismissive and rude, I think, right? All right, I'm going to unpack mine. Okay. So mine says, I'll read most of it just so it stays relevant. But she was very rushed, did not bother to examine my knees or adequately freeze my skin. I've never had an injection like this that was so painful. She then rushed out of the room. The encounter took maybe 2-3 minutes most. Praying, I don't see her for my next injection. Okay. So I'll give you a little frame of reference here. Frame reference. So we do, for knee arthritis, we do a series of gel injections. So The first visit, the patient comes in, is the intro visit. This is like, okay, we're here for these gel injections. Let me tell you what they are. Let me tell you what to expect. Let me go over your activity level. And then as we go through the series, this is how the second and the third one will go. So when we see them after the first one, it's generally like, hey, how did it help? And the answer is usually, I think it helped, or I haven't noticed anything yet. Or, sometimes we're like, oh, my knee was like really stiff for a couple of days. It's usually one of three outcomes. It helped, it didn't help, or it's worse, whatever. So the history taking in that visit is literally that, done by the medical assistant. So when I go in the room, I'm like, all right, we're here for your second shot. So I don't examine the knee, especially if there's no change, because it's a very premeditated visit.
Yeah.
Freeze the skin. So our process when we inject a body part is we use our, what is it, ethyl chloride? It's not ethyl chloride. It is.
It is, yeah.
Ethyl chloride to freeze the skin. If you freeze too little, patients are upset. If you freeze too much, it will physically burn the patient.
Yeah.
So my adequate freezing did not match this lady's adequate freezing. So before I did the injection, it sounds like she decided it was already going to hurt because I didn't adequately freeze. Then when we do the gel injections, and I tell this to my PA students, it's varies across the board. Like some people are like, oh my God, I didn't feel that. Some people are like, that was terrible the entire
most
time.
painful experience,
but it's the same injection. It's the same technique. And I've done thousands of these. So sometimes they hurt. And if that's the case, I'll go over with the patient. Yeah, sometimes these are painful. What I want you to do is sit here for a few minutes, move the knee back and forth, just give it a couple minutes and I'll come back in. So in this setting, me leaving the patient as opposed to sitting there staring at them while they hurt was not the right thing to do. Praying that they don't see me for the third injection. I mean, like, really? Really?
You are actually... You're the one that scheduled this appointment, so you know who you're going
to see. You know who you're going to see. So I don't know. I just feel like the expectation, like that is a 2-minute visit, not because I don't want it to last longer, but because it doesn't need to. Like if it was more than 2 minutes and I spent more time injecting a knee for more than 2 minutes, like I would think there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
So I just, that's on my profile. And now everyone who comes to me for an injection gets to read that one.
Yeah. And they're
that
like,
sucks for me. Yeah.
She's not good at these injections, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have enough positive reviews to balance it out, but that's the one that sticks out to you though. Like now you feel personally victimized by this review.
Again, like there's the differentiation between like, okay, you're, again, I'm reading it this way because it's personally about me, but like, it's my personal identity. I'm a rush dismissive non-caring provider versus some professional feedback. Like, can I separate the two? I think so.
Yeah.
But like when it's negative, I feel it personally. And then like after some time, I'll reflect on it professionally. And I have changed what I do for something like that. I'll say, listen, if that was uncomfortable, because your face told me it was, if that was uncomfortable, this is what I'm going to do next time. Or for the rest of the day, you can do A, B, C, D. Like I will say that. And to be honest, I've been saying that for like 10 years. So I just don't know if, I don't know what that was. And the killer part about that is that I thought I know who that patient was. When I saw her for the next week, I literally was like, is there anything I can do different this time? And they said, no, it was perfect last time. And you're like, no, it wasn't.
You're lying to
me. You're lying.
Tell me the truth. I know it was you. And they're anonymous. Sorry, these reviews are for the most part anonymous unless somebody chooses to type their name after the words.
So do you think you take, and again, these negative ones you take personally? Do we think we take it personally because we're in a field that is defined by our care for patients? Like, is it personal because then it goes down and dissects a deeper root of like, you're actually not good at your job?
Yeah.
Like one equals the other?
I think that a bad review can make you feel like incompetent as a provider. It can also just make you feel like bad as a person, like somebody is reviewing your character almost, it feels like they're attacking my character and my personality, like a one-on-one attack. It is because again, it's not like the restaurant. It's not like the restaurant thing where they were like, oh, the food wasn't great, the service was subpar or whatever. Everybody plays a little bit into that experience, and so like not one person, it's not directed completely at just one person. This is like just directed at me.
So do you think that these are some deep ones. Do you think that we care about these reviews because it's our ego,
Yeah.
because we need to seek validation or because we generally care? I'll take a percentage split too.
Yeah, I think I mean, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, like I want to say 50-50, but it's probably a higher percentage of like the emotional aspect to it.
Yeah. I think though that we spend so much time and effort in our career that I want the patient to understand that they're just not a number. Like I'm so good at remembering patients' names and faces. And when I saw them last time, I remember that they went on a cruise 2 years ago. Like I remember, like I invest so much time. So when it comes to the negative reviews, I really don't think that, I don't think it's ego. I really don't. I'm annoyed that it's there, but I don't think it's like an ego thing.
Yeah.
I think I like the validation, and I don't like the mismatch between patients thinking that I just didn't care for their visit.
Yeah.
Because even the ones I don't care for a lot, I still do the whole thing. Like,
you're doing
the
same, like you're giving them the same level of care. And to be honest, like a lot of the time, these negative reviews come from people that I feel like I have gone even more above and beyond than an average person. Like I probably spent 40 minutes with that person who gave me the, 1-star review that said that they felt rushed, but I probably gave them way more time than the next person who gave me a 5-star review, because again, it's just like a mismatch expectation.
And I don't think it's vanity. I really don't, because if it were, then I feel like we would be spending this whole time celebrating our
the good ones. Yeah.
I really don't think it's vanity. I really think it's like unearthing some deep insecurity about like, am I good enough? Like, I'm not good enough for you. Like, I tried today. So I tried really hard for you.
I think, as a general personality type, people who go into medicine, doctors, nurses, PAs, very type A typically, and do have like a deep desire to be helpful and be, I don't want to use the word liked, but like appreciated, but want to do a good job for people. They want
impactful in a positive way.
Yes. Yeah. So we want to do a good job. And when you first start off, it may feel like, do I know what I'm doing? Like, am I actually good enough to be in this position? You get a little bit of that imposter syndrome where you don't necessarily feel confident that you know the things that you actually do know. And so when you start getting some of these good reviews, like that helps to validate, okay, I actually do know what I'm doing. Like,
and your confidence.
Yeah, this is how it's supposed to go. Like, I am treating patients appropriately and they are happy about it and people are getting better. And then, the negative review comes along and that kind of derails you a little bit.
Yeah. So do you think that, like, let's say I do your reviews, right? So I do this with everybody. And even with your supervising physician, when you say, please give me feedback, like I want feedback. I do. I really want to know what I can do better, what I can do different. But again, like when I ask for it and then we get these reviews, like, do you want feedback only if it's positive? Or do you consider this a little bit of an attack because the patient is not necessarily the affirmation you're seeking? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think you would handle criticism better from your supervising doc than a patient, and why?
And I think it depends on like the type of criticism and what is being criticized, because it has to like.
Can you handle from your doc where they say something negative, like, Hannah, you were super dismissive today? Or do you think that's more personal?
Like dismissive towards them or dismissive, I would be very, I hope that never happens. I think if I got to a point where like my supervising doc noticed that I was dismissive towards patients, like that's a huge problem. I'd be like, all right, take me out.
So it is more impactful when it comes from.
Yeah, because I know there's legitimacy to that. Like, if he were to be noticing that I was dismissive towards patients, I'm like, he knows what he's looking for with that, right?
Yeah.
If it comes from a patient, there's some mismatch.
Yeah. So criticism, even we'll say feedback, but the constructive feedback, aka the criticism, that is more affirming, or that means more when it's coming from someone who you work closely with. And it's really more professional.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
Okay. Whereas I think I don't think patients are reviewing us professionally.
Right.
Even if they use words to say they were very professional, knowledgeable. I think they're reviewing us personally, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, it feels very personal. So from like a hiring perspective, do you like, say you were looking to hire somebody, would you check their scorecard of reviews from the practice they worked out before? And like, how much does that play into important? Because on your end, right, these aren't always, there's not always legitimacy to the bad ones.
Yeah, I have, but more importantly, I'll ask providers, like, what would patients say about you? Like what are some common reviews that you've gotten? Because I can read the ones that are there and you can find the bad ones.
Yeah.
I mean, but what would patients say about you? And then I think those are the ones, again, if they internalize it like we do, they'll be able to rattle off no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll also say, what's a negative review that you've gotten, and if the answers are like, I was too perfect, I was too on time, then come on. Yeah. Self-reflection, a little bit of self-reflection.
Yeah. So I think like for PA students, this is something you're definitely going to have to deal with. I think like the first time you get a bad review, it's a gut punch. The more
second
established,
one too.
Yeah, they're all gut punches. It never stops being a gut punch. But like the farther you get into things, the more you can like start to rationalize it and maybe try to take it less personally.
They should all be learning points too. Like the ones I will have, if there's a really bad one and it has some legitimacy to it, I will have a follow up with the provider and just say, hey, this is how this patient, thought the visit went. Just giving you feedback. Or I've seen like a couple of these now that said you were dismissive and rude and rushed and you explained things too quickly. Like that may just be a slew of bad patients or a slew of bad reviews, but it also now is a theme of, hey, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So I will use that for feedback, but I don't know that I'd hinge a job offer on a negative review or something like that.
Yeah, definitely not one. You see patterns with this stuff. Like if there's a pattern of like everything is mostly exceedingly good, and you get a bad one in there, I take that with a grain of salt. Versus if it's like a lot of the same things you see over and over. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of ways that we engage patients to leave reviews and leave us feedback. And so it's like a big part of practice these days.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going away. I think for, like you said, PA students that are coming out into the field, like you have to understand that you're working in customer service. And we've said this like in many episodes, we are. I mean, you're trying to make patients happy and you have to kind of figure out what makes them tick, because the most positive feedback is they come back to see you and you're busy and you're successful. Like that is better than any of the written reviews necessarily, because that's real life implications of what those positive reviews give you.
Yeah, it is a customer service field.
Yes. So final thoughts. Okay. Read them. Don't ignore them. Reflect on them, but don't let them define you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think caring about the reviews that we see and perseverating on them, because we just did a whole friggin' episode about it. I think it makes me want to get better. It just does.
Yeah.
It makes me want to avoid the negative review. Like, what can I do better? Even if I think it was true or not true, there's some truth to it. Like, there's got to be some truth to it.
There is something that even if somebody didn't have a good experience and there's not a lot of legitimacy to what they're saying, there's ways I could have made it different. Yes. And like, if I were to go back in time, I probably could have made that a totally different experience. Now, would that though have been at the expense of like actually good medicine? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So sometimes in order to give people what they want, that could mean not doing the right thing. And so like, what do you, which is the route to take?
It's risk benefit. Like if I don't want to order an MRI because the patient doesn't need it, but they're there because they want it, then I'll do that. But will I inject their tendon for the 50th time? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like I think that's too risky. Whereas ordering an MRI, although it might be unnecessary, it's not very risky.
Yeah.
So I think that one is situational. But yeah, sometimes I will do what the patient wants for the sake of, making the patient satisfied.
Right. If it's not going to hurt them.
Yeah.
And this is what the route they want to take. Great.
Yeah.
if we're talking like an injection that could be harmful or procedure that could be harmful or signing somebody up for a surgery that they don't need, like, no. I will just take that 1-star review and be like,
that one
was right, but
that
they
one's
just
not
weren't
going to
happy.
affect me. Yeah. So don't let one voice drown out your purpose. And again, above all, use your skills, use your medical judgment. Like we're not asking these patients to review how well, we stuck to the Hippocratic Oath, right? But anyway, so if you like this episode, leave us a 5-star review.
Yes. Actually, we should be saying this in all of them. Apparently it is very important for podcasts. Yeah. So please leave us our 5-star review so that I can feel better about myself this week to counteract any 1-star reviews.
Yeah. And if you didn't, sleep on it and then maybe do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or text us privately first.
Yeah. Text us privately and let us know what you didn't like. We'll fix it for next time.
We'll fix it.
And
we'll
then
be better next week.
Leave us the 5-star review. Perfect.
Fair.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Joint Effort PAs. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow PA or med-minded friend. You can also follow us on Instagram at Joint Effort PAs for updates and extra content. See you next time.